Good evening, everybody. Tim Bell from Grace Music Academy talking about how to play piano quick. Today's lesson is on the modes. We'll be talking about the modes today. The modes, the modes. The modes are the 7 modes of the major scale in order are Ionian. The Ionian mode is the root chord or the root scale, which today we'll be doing G major. We'll be going through all 7 of the scales in G major. Let's get started. So we got G major here, and you got your Ionian mode, which is Ionian mode is your major scale. Your regular, ordinary, everyday do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do scale is the Ionian mode. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And it fits perfect with the major chord. And if you're not familiar with how to do these fingerings properly, you can go back to our YouTube or you can get the book on how to play piano quick, and it goes through each fingering exercise. That way we can make sure we get it perfectly. Perfectly. That is the G major chord, and the Ionian mode is the perfect fit. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So we're gonna go through all of the modes. So the second mode is always number 2 is always the Dorian mode. Number 2, the Dorian mode. Dorian mode. The second mode, which is similar to the natural minor scale, but with a major 6 instead of the minor 6. It's often used in film scores and famous songs because the Dorian mode is especially used by a lot of jazz musicians to do runs because the Dorian mode is very cool. Let's get to it. So if we're in the key of G, and the Dorian mode starts on the second note. You got G, A. So the Dorian mode is going to start in A, and it's almost going to sound just like A minor. But it's got to have that because you only can use the notes that's in the scale when you're doing the modes. So this is how you get out of tonality. So instead of me saying do, I'm going to start on re. Re, re, do, re. So I'm going to start right there. Re, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re. That's your Dorian mode. So if I'm playing in a minor key, and now it might sound like I'm in the key of C if I'm doing that, and I can be like, See, it almost sounds like a minor. It is a minor because that's a Dorian. So how do you describe it? You start on not on do, you start on re. Re mi fa sol la ti. No ti, no ti. Re re mi fa sol la ti do re ti do re. And that's going to put you in another mode. Let's go to the next one. The third mode is going to be the Phrygian mode. The Phrygian mode, now it's all the same modes and all the scales. It's just when you're in a different key, you got to remember the notes that's in that particular key. So if I'm going to do the Phrygian mode in the key of G, then I got to go G. I'm doing the Phrygian mode in the key of G, so I'm going to go G, A, B. So B, which is going to be, if I'm doing tonics, is going to be the first, the third, the first, the second, the third. And that means that Phrygian mode is going to be here. So it's going to be, instead of starting on do, re, it's going to be mi, do, re, mi. So I'm starting on mi, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi. Mi. So when I'm in that chord, I'm going to. There you go. Because you're in the key of G. Do, re, mi. So it's mi. Do, do, re, mi. So it's going to be mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi. That's your Phrygian mode. It puts you in a whole different, kind of like an Arabian sound. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. So that's why you got to remember the notes that's in the scale, because if you don't, you're going to hit the wrong note. But if I know I'm in the key of G, what note I got? I got one sharp. All the rest is white notes. Let's go to the next one. Next will be, after Phrygian, we're going to get to the Lydian mode, which is the fourth mode. So if we're in the key of G, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're in C. It sounds like we're going to be in C major because C major is the chord, but it's going to be a little twist to it because we're in the key of G, and we're going to stick with that G, and it's going to be. It's got that little bit of. Now, why do it sound like that? Because it's starting on the fourth note of G. It's going to be do, re, mi, fa. Fa. Starting on fa. That's why. Do, re, mi, fa. Fa. If you can't sing it, you can remember it anyway just by the note because it's the fourth note. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you go do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa. See, that sounds really crazy. Do, not do, no, no, no. Fa, sol, la, ti, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa. That's your Lydian mode, which the Lydian mode is used. It's the fourth mode. It's used in a lot of riffs, especially if you're playing a guitar. So let's go over it here. It sounds like fa. Starts on fa. Do, re, mi, fa. So it'll be, if you put the chord there, it's gonna be a C major. But at the same time, we're gonna start, but remember, we're in the key of G. Do, not do, it's fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa. Now, if you did a regular C major, it'd be, but we going, because it's fa, sol, la, ti, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa. That's your Lydian mode. Okay, let's go to the next one. It don't take that long to go through these, but let's get to the next one. The next one is your most famous one. The most used one is the fifth mode, which has a what it says here. It has a bright feeling in it, often used in blues and rock. This is one of the most famous ones, the Mixolydian. We use that a lot, especially playing guitars. So when you go in Mixolydian, we go into the 5. So we're in the key of G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's gonna be D major. It's gonna be the 5. So it's almost like, but remember, we're not playing in D major because D major got 2 sharps. D Mixolydian only got 1 sharp because technically we're in what key? We're in the key of G. Oh, it almost sounds just like a major. Because if I just hit that note, that would be D major. See, I don't want that. That's back to an Ionian in D. I don't want that. I want Mixolydian in G. That's where it gets funny. Then you back to see, because 5 gonna always drag you back to the 1. How bad they want to go back to G. Mixolydian. Mixolydian. It's going to always take you back to the one because it's the part of the five, so it drags you back to one. So you starting here in D, and what you starting on? Do, re, mi, fa, so. So you starting on so. So it's going to be so, do, re, mi, fa, do, re, mi, fa, so, so, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, so. Oh, that's how it works. Do, re, mi, fa, so. So we starting on so. So, ti, la. So, ti, la, do, re, mi, fa, so. And it's dragging you back. Can't wait to get back to G. But see, that's the power of using that Mixolydian. See, when you're doing a riff, if you're doing a 1-6-2-5 pattern and you run that Mixolydian from not the 5 key, the 5 key of the key that you in, and you run that Mixolydian scale, it's gonna drag you back to that one so smooth. That's why this stuff is important to know. Not to know it just to know it, to learn how to use it when you're manipulating your chords. This is what it's all about. So if I'm in the key of G, I got 1, 6. 6 is gonna be D, 2, and then 5 gonna be here. But then when I get ready to run back, I'm gonna run back in G on D. And it just like drag you back. So let's get to the next one, the Aeolian mode. The Aeolian mode, which is the 6th mode, which is technically the natural minor scale. The natural minor, which would be the 6th note. So if we're in the key of D, we're in the key of G. In the key of G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be your E minor. That'll be the 6th of G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you got E minor, you got D. So E minor is the 6th. So you go 6, 2, 5, back to 1. 6, 2, 5. See, I throw that Mixolydian scale in there. Beautiful. But now we're gonna do the 6th, and we're gonna stick with the Aeolian mode, which is E minor. But you're not in E major, you're in E minor. No, don't get this mixed up with the Phrygian mode of C. This is the Aeolian mode of G. So what we starting at? It's not do. Do, re, mi, fa, so, la, la. So we're starting on la. La, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, so, la. Make you sound like you're in the opera or something. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, 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 la. Because you're in the Aeolian. Okay, you got one more mode. One more, which is going to be your Locrian mode, which is one that is very rarely used, but it's good that you know the Locrian mode because it's technically the diminished scale. Technically, it's the diminished scale. So if you're doing a Locrian mode and you're in the key of G, that means you're going to be starting here. So you got do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. So you're starting on T. T, T, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Now, when is that necessary to use a scale like that? When you're going or descending or ascending to a diminished scale, to a diminished chord. So a diminished chord is like, let me see, it's a song we're gonna. I'll go C minor. It's got diminished right here. That's an F sharp diminished. So if you got the you want to keep it up in suspense before you get here. You see how that work? You see how that work? You're in the diminished. And you're gonna bring it down. That's why you need to know the scales, for you can walk them back and forth, getting in between and outside of your scale. So I'm gonna show it to you here. You diminish F sharp, and you're in the key of G, so it's gonna be T, T, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, T, do, mi, re, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do. And that will be your modes for G major. You got the 7 modes. Okay, we'll jump back on it next week. We'll be doing D major. All 7 modes for D major. I'll see you next time.